I'm going to show you how to make your paper puppet person for Romeo and Juliet. So you should have your newspaper. Each of you should have a few sections, and then some masking tapes, because we're basically just going to crumple up all this paper and tape it together to make it a person. So the first thing I'd like for you to do is grab a section of the newspaper and find one of these smaller ones that are kind of in the middle and crumple it up. Then you're going to stick it in this bigger part and you're going to crumple that up. And then you're going to get another piece. I guess I should have done that. And you're going to crumple that up, but this time it's going to be a little bit different because you're going to go around, and then with this extra here, you're going to twist it. Okay? So kind of shape it so it looks like your little head here. And then grab some tape. And wrap it around the bottom so that it stays in a ball, so it stays head shaped. Alrighty? So, now you have your head. Part 1. Okay, head. Now we're going to make the body of the puppet, paper puppet person. So, you have your big piece here. Let's crumple it up into a ball to make the body. Alright, and then grab another one. Another big one. And wrap that up. Alright, and then probably do one more. Something interesting on newspaper. Okay. So now you have your head and you have your body. And you're going to try and just, using this little extra down here, you're going to kind of connect it to the body with some tape. That doesn't look right. What did I do over there? I don't know. So it's going to look like this. So you need a lot of tape here. Maybe. Okay. And you're going to kind of just tape them together. It doesn't have to be pretty because it's a newspaper person, so that you're putting together with masking tape. Pieces. And if you want to tape down the edges, which I like to do because there's kind of still some like little extra fringy parts, you can do that. Alright, so now you have this sort of alien looking thing, and it's time to do the arm. Alright, so let's make some arms. All I did for the arms was I took one of these skinny kind of inside piece from the inside, and I rolled it up. So, rolling. Alrighty. And it'd probably be good to put some tape on the ends just so it stays while you're putting it together. But since the arms need to be a little bit shorter, I folded it in half. So then you can kind of tape the end together so it stays and it looks a little prettier. Alright, and then kind of flattened it. Then kind of fold it in half again so that your little person will have some elbows. Alright, so it kind of does this little L-shaped thing. And then we can tape it to our person again. So in this little weird space where your head is, you're going to just use your tape and tape it to it. So that's how it's going to start getting a little bit thicker and sturdier. Again, this is a newspaper masking tape thing, so it doesn't have to be perfect. That was probably too big of a piece. And you want it so that it kind of stays sturdy. Alright, so now your neck is already sturdier and you have an arm. How exciting. And he bends his little elbow. So with whatever you want to put on there, you can move it around. Alright, so let's do the exact same thing but on the other side. Okay, so now you should have two arms on your person and they're bendy. And he's a lot more sturdy. Look at his neck, so much better. And he kind of looks like he wants to hug you. So now we're going to make the legs, which is basically the exact same thing we just did, except that we need to make them longer. So, using a big sheet, because since they're going to be longer, they're not going to be as big as these ones. You're going to use a long sheet and roll it all the way up. Okay? Okay, and again, let's tape the ends because there's all this like extra frilly paper crap stuff. And that way we can kind of finish off the ends there. This is kind of terrible. Okay, this one's really tore up, so you're definitely going to put more tape like in the middle areas. Okay, so mine's like kind of rolled up like a tube, but if you want to leave it that way, you totally can. I kind of like flattening it out so that way when it bends, when I do the knee bending thing, it'll be a lot easier. So, and then fold it in half so its knees bend. Squish it really, really, really good. You might need to keep doing that like as it goes, as you go on. And if you find a place, look, see here, I see a little tear, you can just tape it. It's a beauty. Doesn't have to look that good. Alright, so now we have its little leg. And we need to attach it to the bottom so that it can sit, you know, on the edge of the desk. I don't know if you can see that. On the edge of the desk. Okay? So, you're going to flip your guy over, or girl if you're making a nurse or a Juliet. And kind of in like a diagonal way, if you see it kind of diagonally out, you're going to just tape it to the bottom. Alright. A lot of times I will like tape the front too, so it's like connected like that. So it's taped from the tummy to the leg. Alrighty, so get that on there really, really good. Alright. And then do another one. So it has two legs. Okay, so you should have both legs on, bent, little arms, head, and a body. It looks a little kind of goofy, but it's cute. If you have any extra like little, you know, pieces of paper or whatever that are hanging off of the legs, if you want to tape that up, I would do it if you want to. The only thing that gets kind of tricky about when you have both legs on is just to make sure that they will be able to sit because we're going to be displaying these. So you need to have them be able to sit. So you might need to do some retaping or some adding of some paper or something so that there's an even surface so that he'll sit nice and easy on the old countertop. Okay, so let's talk about how maybe you can make some clothes, which I think you can get really creative with and do whatever you want. But you definitely need to dress your paper person up like the character that you studied. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make something for your paper person to make. So if you want to do something kind of basic like a vest or a dress or whatever, I'll show you how to do that. Otherwise, if you want to get crafty, you're on your own. So you're going to fold your construction paper in half. That way you have two sides that are exactly the same. And let's make something for, let's call it this is going to be Tybalt or something. So we'll make him like a little t-shirt tunic thing. So we have our thing our paper cut in half. Move over here, Tybalt. Cut in half. And now we're going to just make some sort of long sleeve whatever. So I cut out like a t-shirt shape. See, so it's like arms, the sleeves, and then here's the bottom obviously. And then you're going to need to make a pretty big opening for the head. You'll probably need to make that even bigger as you go. And then right now it's cut, it's still connected, but it's not going to fit over your puppet's head. So you're going to have to at least cut one side so that it's open. That way you can get it around their neck. Okay? See, now this one looks like it needs a little bit bigger V. Maybe not. And so with it around their neck, you're just going to tape this back together. And you can use like the Scotch tape or if you still have your masking tape and you don't care that much. Tape it back together around the neck, not outside of it, otherwise it won't fit on. Alright, so now Tybalt has a little something on, and if you want to make shoes for him, you can just cut I just cut like little squares out of the extra and taped them to the bottom of his feet. If you want to make pants for him, you're more than welcome to. You might have to get crafty with that one because I didn't make pants for my example one. So if you want to make something for Juliet, you want to make her have like a longer dress or maybe something more involved, or you want to decorate this outfit, that would be, showing lots of creativity and extra effort. So now I think I'm going to show you how to make a hat for your guy or for your gal, depending on who you are making. Because obviously we know the nurse wear a hat. Juliet definitely wears hats. All the guys wear hats. So a hat would be something that I would definitely encourage you to make for your person. So you have your piece of construction paper. Okay, we'll do brown this time. And if you are going to make a hat for Tybalt, or Romeo, or Mercutio, or Friar Lawrence, I just cut like a strip of paper and measured it around his little head. And this strip of paper actually fits perfectly. So I'm just going to tape this together. So now you have just like a little paper circle. Okay? Then, using the rest of it, I cut a big circle. And if you have a better way to do this, then do that. Okay? And then I just kind of cut the edges so that they'll fold down, and that makes it kind of bend inside the circle, so you can kind of make the roundness of the top of the hat. Alright, and then you can kind of fold them down so that they go flat. And then you're going to try and kind of just fit it inside. Okay, so I taped the inside of the hat really good, so now it looks kind of like this. It's not beautiful, but... And now it fits on Tybalt's head. There it is, Tybalt's hat. You know, some more things that you could do. You could make a sword. If you are making a hat for Juliet, I kind of made this like little cone-shaped one. And you could add, you know, a feather to Tybalt's hat. You could add, you know, something to Juliet's. So if you want to make this Juliet, as opposed to Tybalt, you know, that looks like that. If you want to tape it on because you don't think it's fitting very well, you can always do that. If you want to put, you know, like if it's you making Romeo, maybe you want to make a bottle of poison for him. Juliet could have a dagger in her hand, or, you know, the friar could have a flower, you know, from the poison that he made. The nurse, you know, I don't know what she could have, something silly. So you can do all kinds of things with your puppet. Make a little hat, make something for them to wear at the very, very least. And then probably something that you use as like a symbol on your poster you could make for them to hold in their hand or to decorate their outfit. And the more creativity, the more points you get. So work hard. Thanks so much.